Greetings, in this video we will discuss about a book called The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. After we run through summary in detail by chapter, we will have a look at the key takeaways. And stay with me till the end of video for bonus fun facts. The Lean Startup is a book that describes a new approach to entrepreneurship and business management based on the lean manufacturing principles pioneered by Toyota. The central idea of the book is that startups should focus on creating a minimum viable product, MVP, as quickly as possible and then test it with customers to learn what they really want and need. This process is called validated learning, and it involves continuously testing assumptions, iterating on product features, and pivoting the business model if necessary. The Lean Startup also emphasizes the importance of metrics and data-driven decision-making, as well as rapid experimentation and prototyping. One key tool for implementing the Lean Startup methodology is the build, measure, learn feedback loop, which involves building a version of the product, measuring its performance, and then learning from that data to improve the next iteration. Another important concept in the book is the idea of the pivot, which refers to changing direction based on feedback from customers or the market. The Lean Startup also advocates for a culture of innovation and continuous improvement, in which everyone in the company is encouraged to experiment and take risks. Throughout the book, Ries provides numerous examples of successful startups that have implemented the Lean Startup methodology, as well as case studies of companies that have failed because they didn't embrace a lean approach. The book concludes with a discussion of how the Lean Startup methodology can be applied to large companies and organizations, as well as some reflections on the future of entrepreneurship and innovation. Overall, the Lean Startup is a practical and insightful guide for anyone interested in starting a new business or improving an existing one. By emphasizing the importance of validated learning, rapid experimentation, and customer feedback, Ries offers a roadmap for creating products that people actually want and building successful, sustainable companies. Now here's a detailed summary of each chapter of the Lean Startup by Eric Ries. Chapter 1, Start. In this chapter, Ries introduces the concept of the Lean Startup and explains why traditional methods of entrepreneurship and product development are often flawed. He argues that startups should focus on creating a minimum viable product, MVP, and testing it with customers as quickly as possible, rather than trying to build a perfect product in isolation. Ries also discusses the importance of rapid iteration and learning and introduces the build, measure, learn feedback loop as a key tool for implementing the Lean Startup methodology. Chapter 2, Define. In this chapter, Ries discusses the importance of defining a clear vision for your startup and aligning your team around it. He also emphasizes the need to identify and test assumptions about your business model, and introduces the concept of a business model canvas as a tool for visualizing and refining your ideas. Chapter 3, Learn. In this chapter, Ries discusses the importance of validated learning, which involves testing assumptions and hypotheses about your business with real customers. He introduces the concept of split testing and A/B testing as ways to gather data and make data-driven decisions, and emphasizes the need to measure and track key metrics. Chapter 4, Experiment. In this chapter, Ries discusses the importance of rapid experimentation and prototyping in the Lean Startup methodology. He emphasizes the need to test ideas and assumptions as quickly and cheaply as possible, and introduces the concept of a minimum viable product, MVP, as a way to get feedback from customers early in the development process. Chapter 5, Leap. In this chapter, Ries discusses the concept of pivoting, which involves changing direction based on feedback from customers or the market. He emphasizes the need to be flexible and adaptive, and argues that startups should be willing to pivot their business model, target market, or product features if necessary. Chapter 6, Test. In this chapter, Ries discusses the importance of continuous testing and feedback in the Lean Startup methodology. He emphasizes the need to listen to customers and adjust your product or business model accordingly, and introduces the concept of a 5 whys analysis as a way to uncover the root cause of problems and address them more effectively. Chapter 7, Measure. In this chapter, Ries discusses the importance of metrics and data-driven decision-making in the Lean Startup methodology. He introduces the concept of a one metric that matters, OMTM, as a way to focus on the most important metric for your business, and discusses the importance of tracking progress over time and setting ambitious but achievable goals. Chapter 8, Pivot or Persevere. In this chapter, Ries discusses the difficult decision of whether to pivot or persevere with your startup. He emphasizes the need to be objective and data-driven in making this decision, and provides several case studies of companies that successfully pivoted or failed to do so. Chapter 9, Batch. In this chapter, Ries discusses the importance of batch size and process improvement in the Lean Startup methodology. He argues that startups should strive to reduce batch size and cycle time as much as possible, and introduces the concept of a Kanban board as a tool for visualizing and improving your development process. Chapter 10, Grow. In this chapter, Ries discusses the challenges of scaling a startup and introduces several strategies for growth. He emphasizes the importance of building a sustainable business model and creating a culture of innovation and experimentation, and provides several case studies of successful startups that have scaled using the Lean Startup methodology. Chapter 11, Adapt. In this chapter, Ries discusses the importance of adapting the Lean Startup methodology to your specific situation and context. He emphasizes the need to be flexible and to experiment with different approaches, and provides several case studies of companies that have successfully adapted the lean startup methodology to their unique circumstances. Chapter 12, Innovate. In this chapter, Ries discusses the role of innovation in the lean startup methodology. He argues that innovation should be a continuous process, and that startups should be constantly experimenting with new ideas and approaches. Ries also discusses the importance of creating a culture of innovation and risk-taking within your organization. Chapter 13, Epilogue. In this final chapter, Ries reflects on the impact of the lean startup methodology and its future prospects. He argues that the lean startup methodology represents a paradigm shift in how we think about entrepreneurship and innovation, and that it has the potential to create a new era of economic growth and prosperity. Overall, the Lean Startup provides a comprehensive and practical guide to implementing the Lean Startup methodology, from defining your vision and testing assumptions to rapid experimentation and scaling. Through numerous case studies and real-world examples, Ries demonstrates the power of this approach and its potential to revolutionize the way we think about entrepreneurship and innovation. Here are some key takeaways from the Lean Startup by Eric Ries. 1. Build a minimum viable product, MVP, to test your assumptions with real customers as quickly as possible. 2. Use the build, measure, learn feedback loop to rapidly iterate and learn from customer feedback. 3. Focus on validated learning and data-driven decision-making to avoid wasting time and resources on untested assumptions. 4. Embrace rapid experimentation and prototyping to quickly test ideas and assumptions. 5. Be willing to pivot your business model or product if necessary based on customer feedback or market trends. 6. Identify the one metric that matters, OMTM, for your business and focus on tracking and improving it. 7. Strive to reduce batch size and cycle time to improve your development process. 8. Create a culture of innovation and risk-taking within your organization to encourage continuous experimentation and improvement. 9. Adapt the Lean Startup methodology to your specific situation and context. 10. Focus on creating a sustainable business model that can support long-term growth and success. By embracing these principles, startups can increase their chances of success and create more value for their customers and stakeholders. Bonus, here are some fun facts about the Lean Startup and its author, Eric Ries. Eric Ries started his career in Silicon Valley as a software engineer and later became an entrepreneur and investor. He is also a popular speaker and advisor on entrepreneurship and innovation. Ries originally coined the term Lean Startup while working on his own startup, Imvu, in the mid-2000s. He later popularized the concept through his blog and speaking engagements. The Lean Startup was first published in 2011 and quickly became a bestseller, selling over 1 million copies worldwide. The book has been translated into over 30 languages and has become a widely used reference for entrepreneurs and innovators around the world. Ries has since founded a number of other companies, including the Long-Term Stock Exchange, which aims to create a more sustainable and mission-driven approach to investing. In 2015, Ries launched the Lean Startup Conference, which brings together entrepreneurs, innovators, and thought leaders from around the world to share best practices and insights on lean startup methodologies. Ries is also a regular contributor to publications like the Harvard Business Review and the New York Times, and has been recognized as one of the top 30 management thinkers in the world by Thinkers 50. Ries is a passionate advocate for diversity and inclusion in entrepreneurship, and has spoken out about the need for greater representation of women and people of color in the startup world. Ries is an avid reader and has recommended a number of other books on entrepreneurship, innovation, and management, including Crossing the Chasm by Jeffrey Moore and The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton Christensen. The Lean Startup has inspired a number of other books and resources on lean startup methodologies, including Running Lean by Ash Maurya and The Lean Product Playbook by Dan Olson. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you find it useful to develop better you better me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check my other videos.